What you got that on for?
I'm off to the greengrocer's. Just had this sudden craving for bananas and I can't think why.
Someone let you down.
Staff holidays, Dad. Just doing what a good boss should.
Maybe I should come along.
Well, I am short of Tarzan for the day if you're up for it.
I've been thinking I could do the elephant one more time, like I used to.
Do you know, I've forgotten all about that. That must be years.
Got the ears for it now. Not sure about the trumpeting these days, mind you.
Yeah. How do you know if you've got an elephant in your fridge?
No.
Footprints in the custard.
Oh, that's terrible. And as old as me, I'll bet.
Well, I've got a couple of jobs to do, OK? But I've asked Phyllis to pop in from next door, keep an eye on things. Make sure you're not swinging from the chandeliers.
Right.
Well, what does that mean?
She puts plastic covers on her furniture.
So?
She'd put one on me, given half the chance. The way she looks at people. Put one on you, too. Always dusting and spraying. Can't you send her out in the gorilla suit and you stay here?
She's doing me a favour. So now you're playing around, all right? Oh, well, I spoke to Dr. Woodson. She's going to visit you later, but I should be here for that.
Warn her to keep her hands clean. Otherwise she won't get past the polishing patrol.
Do you want anything before I go? Cup of tea, bedpan, maybe in that order?
You know what I'd really like?
I don't know, Dad. What would you really like?
A proper Indian meal. Not one of these take-away things. Rubbish they are. We were on leave. We left Nepal and we went to Jaipur once, and I had one. With all these side dishes, a proper banquet it was. Bananas and raisins, all the spices finely ground. Took the roof off my mouth, but I never ate so well. And the sweetmeats. I turned to this other sergeant at the table with me, Danny Parker. We always called him Nosy.
Well, look, Dad, we'll have to see. But why don't you ask Dr. Woodson what she reckons when she's here? I'm not sure your ticker would take her in, Lou.
Nosy had the reddest hair you've ever seen. Well, his face was the same colour as his crew cut after that meal, I can tell you. He wasn't himself till we got back to the barracks. Oh.
Good morning. Richard Wincott. Good morning to you too. Can I have £20 each way, please, on monkey business? First at Haydock. Yeah, I know it's a long shot. Just call it an omen, eh? Thanks.
Good grief.
Is this or a loincloth? Oh, thanks for coming in at such short notice, Phyllis. I really appreciate it.
I'm always there for you both, you know that.
It's a real hands-on day today, so...
Well, don't worry yourself. Maybe the change will do you good.
You make it sound like it's me with the heart condition.
Well, I said before, your only problem is your inability to reach for a duster.
Well, the doctor's come around about 1:30, but I should be back for that, so...
Well, don't break your neck trying to get here. I'm more than capable of opening the front door to
Yeah,
them.
but she wants to talk to me, though.
What are you looking for?
Keys.
Look, here.
Thank you. Now, you've got my mobile number. Not that Dad should be any trouble anyway.
He never is.
He's had quite a restless night, actually, so he should sleep most of the morning. Don't go and walk about like he did last time, eh?
I was just worried about him catching cold.
Well, he shouldn't be trying to get out of bed on his own full stop.
Is there anything you'd like me to do for you while I'm here?
No, you're
No,
right.
any laundry?
No.
I don't mind. How about some lunch for him?
Well, he did ask for an Indian meal.
You can't.
A mild coma.
Think of the consequences.
Just a little bit of nostalgia for him. Oh, Phyllis. Salam. Goodbye. I'm looking for Anthea. Just there. Anthea, happy birthday! Yes! Happy birthday for all your workmates, Anthea! They want you to go ape on your special day. Anthea, it's time for some juicy jungle rhythm. Come on! You sit there and I dance. She's blooming mad.
Oh, hiya, Sarah. Yeah, well, it's good job you called. I was about to give you a ring. I've had a nightmare morning. The traffic's just bumper to bumper. Oh, tell me about it. Listen, I'm running about, I'd say half-hour late. If any of my patients call, would you just pass on my apologies, please? Oh, I don't know. There was a nasty traffic accident. Now I'm on my second set of roadworks. No, sorry. I was listening. I was just distracted by a gorilla in a hat. What? No, cheeky. I have not been at the Surgical Spirits.
It's me.
All right, I'll see you later. Okay, don't panic. This sort of thing happens to pregnant women all the time.
It's Richard, it's me.
Hello?
Oh, hiya. Could I speak to Mr. Wincott, please? It's Dr. Woodson speaking.
Hello, Doctor.
I just wanted to let him know I'm running late because of traffic.
Ah, Mr. Wincott Sr. is still resting.
No trouble at all.
Though I think he's due some medication. It says every 4 hours on the label.
Oh, that's fine. Don't disturb him.
His son wants to give him curry. But I don't think that. Well, it's hard.
An invalid diet, is it?
Sorry, could I ask who I'm speaking to, please?
Come on, Phyllis, get off the phone.
Richard's out on guerrillagram manoeuvres.
Gorillagram? So Richard's gone out and left you...
Holding the fort.
Well, he's a bit like that.
I was expecting to discuss his father with him.
Well, I do. If there's anything you need to know, I'm well aware of the situation.
No, it is Richard I need to speak to. Well, look, hopefully I shouldn't be too much longer.
If Mr. Wincott waits, would you just pass on my apologies, please?
Well, if he does, should I give him his medication before you get here?
No, only if he needs it, and I'm sure he'll let you know.
Oh, well, not to worry. We'll expect you when we see you.
All right, then.
Bye.
Bye.
Dr. Woodson?
Here at last.
Oh, I'm Phyllis. We spoke on the... Are you all right? You look done in.
I'm fine, I'm just a bit lightheaded. Must have been from sitting in the traffic all that time.
Let's get you sorted out before anything else.
No, really, I'm...
No, come on. Just give yourself a minute. I bet you've been rushing around all morning, haven't you? You read about GPs never having enough hours in the day for everything. All that pressure.
I'm fine, honestly.
You didn't want to go into a consultation all hot and bothered. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Richard said he needed to speak to you, but I can't guarantee he'll be back on time. I told him not to hurry.
Well, I think I saw him on my way here. Well, I saw a gorilla in affairs, and I can't believe there's two of them out there.
Well, I could probably tell you everything you need to know about Reggie's condition anyway.
Really?
Well, I'm popping in and out all the time. I'm surprised our paths haven't crossed before.
You helped Richard a lot, then?
I'm the voice of experience. I went through all this with my mother, you see.
Oh, well, I'm sure Richard appreciates it. I'd better check on Mr. Wincott.
I know how much difference an extra pair of hands can make when you're a long-term carer.
I'd better go. It's all right, I do know which room.
Go on, yes, come on, monkey business. Go on, monkey business. It's got to be an omen, isn't it? Come on, yes. Yes! At last! Can't believe it.
Mr. Wincott. It's Dr. Woodson. Just come to see how you're getting on. Mr. Wincott. Reg?
Can I have another beer in there? Thanks very much. Wow. Let me guess. You're thinking, I wish I had a fur coat like that. Oh, I tell you, the looks you get from people around here because you want to dress a little bit differently.
Well done.
I'm sorry, there's no easy way to say this.
What?
I'm afraid Mr. Wincott has passed away.
No. I only looked in on him just before you got here. He was sleeping.
It would have
Are
been...
you sure?
He wouldn't have felt anything, he just slipped away.
I was only down here. No one should die alone. Poor Reg.
There really was nothing that you could have done. The kind of heart condition that Reg was suffering from, well, it's not a complete surprise that he went so suddenly. It's not very comforting, really.
He was such a nice man. We've been neighbours for years. Nothing was ever too much trouble for him. He was probably the softest sergeant the army ever had, not to mention big-hearted. Oh, how am I going to tell Richard?
How did you do that? I'm not going to leave you alone.
But then there was all the arrangements to make.
Yeah, but they're not your responsibility.
Well, Richard was never someone to deal very well with the details outside of work.
He'll have no choice. Only he can do the organising.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He was never less than a devoted son. He rearranged his life to revolve around Reg when he started feeling unwell. He ran his business from here. He's good at the morale thing. But sometimes I had to make him take certain decisions where Reg was concerned. And Richard cannot delegate. He says if you want things right, you have to do it yourself.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is, if you can't manage everything. And the decisions Richard couldn't take, like When Reg needed hospitalisation or moving to a hospice even, he just wouldn't do. He tries to pretend it isn't happening. Richard's not very grown up about things. How do you mean? When Reg got worse. Richard jumped straight in, jollying him along. It was like when Reg needed a wheelchair. Richard decorated it like a pirate ship.
He draped a big skull and crossbones flag over the back, I remember.
And when he had to push Reg to the shops or something, he always wore an eye patch. Yeah, he used to make Reg laugh.
That's a good thing, isn't it? Keeping his father's spirits up.
It's just the practicalities. Like building a ramp for Reg's wheelchair. They passed him by until I raised them. I had to keep on at him. Before Reg got really ill, they were both such a handful together. And now it's just Richard. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, he'll be heartbroken.
Thank you. It's not his place. Well, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I suppose it is. Learning the tricks and stuff. Yeah, cheers. Nice one. That's right, I might have even buy you a drink.
Okay, Julia, thank you.
Are you sure you don't have to get away?
No, I just had to let them know where I was.
Hardly touch that tea. Let me get you a fresh one.
No, really, I think I'll pass.
Are you all right? Maybe something to eat. It's been a long day for you.
No, really, I'm fine.
I was like that with my first two.
First two what?
Pregnancies. Oh, I could not face milk. Ugh.
Is it that with you? Is it that obvious that I'm pregnant?
Only to someone who's been through it, I expect. As soon as I opened the door to you, I recognised the look. Is it your first?
I thought with all the patients that I've seen through pregnancy, I'd know what to expect, but I had no idea it would be this bad.
Morning sickness. What's the betting it was a man first called it that?
Especially as it doesn't just happen in the morning. Oh, and then there's that tired, washed out feeling that you get.
Not to mention sore nipples. Oh. Look at us laughing. We shouldn't.
Hello?
We really shouldn't.
Oh, hello. Oh, what morning I've had. I had this mad woman's birthday, then the car gets clamped. Talk about getting in touch with her in a primate. I didn't think you'd still be here. Sorry, I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Richard.
I saw you earlier, I was waving to you. Did you see me? I know I said I'd be back earlier, I'm really sorry about that. What is it?
It's not good news, I'm afraid.
It's got worse.
I'm afraid your father's passed away. I'm really very sorry.
Did?
I'm so sorry, Richard. I did check on him.
What time?
I guess I'd say a couple of hours just before I arrived. Richard. Mr. Wincott. I know this doesn't really mean very much at a time like this, but I really don't think your father suffered any distress at the end. It's the only thing that I can do, unless anyone else. Do you think you could take your mask off for me, please? Because I would really like to talk to you.
For shock. There you go.
This is something that no one wants to face.
Just wanted a couple of hours.
I know.
You need to Mrs. here. She said not to worry you. I knew you were coming to care today. The one time I wasn't here.
You weren't to know.
Let's go.
The kind of heart condition that your father had meant that he could go at any time.
I should have been here when he died. But I wasn't. I was propping up a bar.
I think you're being a little bit hard on yourself. I mean, you can't be here every hour of every day. It was just bad luck.
You taking him away?
No, he's still upstairs. There's things that you need to decide before anything can be done.
Perhaps you should go up and see him.
If you need to be close to him.
Well, you still can.
I don't know if I could.
Perhaps you should change first.
No.
He used to do the elephant roll as a kid. He used to put me on his shoulders and stamp around, trumpeting. Wearing his army punching like a trumpet. I used to make him stamp harder, trumpet louder, and off we go. Until Mum would stop us because we were driving her up the wall. He was so full of life and fun. And he was always there for me.
You knew how special it made your childhood and how you felt.
I felt terrible.
You were here when it mattered. When Reg could appreciate you making life bearable for him.
I should have relied on Phyllis less. Taken more responsibility.
You see, you made his last few months fun.
Gave him the last laugh. I really messed up today though, didn't I?
Well, I don't think Reg would hold that against you. He'd have been helping you prop up the bar if he could, wouldn't he?
I can't bear to think about it.
Look, you saw your father and not the illness. Some people can't separate the two and end up not coping at all. You have to be really strong to do what you've achieved.
Right, any ideas? I'm going to choke my way out of this one.
You see, sometimes life chucks things at us and we wonder how we're going to cope. If we do, don't ask me how. You'll see. In time you'll realise how much you really did for your dad.
So what happens now?
I need to get Dad's taken. Without that, we can't really do anything else.
Right.
I'll get back to the surgery in a minute and get that for you. While I'm gone, you might want to think about bringing an undertaker.
Make arrangements to have your father collected. I could do that if you like.
Thanks for this, I really appreciate it. But, I want to take care of this myself.
Are you sure? I think you've done your best by Reg and Richard Phyllis. Might be time to hand over the baton.
But there'll be people to call, flowers and food to arrange.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm still here. Just ask.
I'll get that dead stuff.
The inside story of personal injury claims. No win, no fee tonight at 7 on BBC2.